Chap tales. Don't you wanna hear some chap tales? Oh, chappity chap tales. How you doing, people? You're good. Okay, so I've been searching the old archive, trying to think of things and stuff that have happened to me in the past, and I've actually done a story about this skiing trip before, so go back over the old episodes if you want to find that. But this holiday literally has got about 6-7 stories, and I will start to tell them to you. All right, I'm not sure this one ain't going to be too long because it's fairly quick, but I will explain it as nicely as I can. So yeah, went on a skiing trip with two of my close friends, Adam Asbo and CHAP. Well, his name's Adam McWilliams, but his nickname is Asbo. All right, so we're on this holiday. Loads of stuff happened, but anyway, this one day we've gone up the mountain, and like it's coming. I don't know if this was like, I think there was one more day of skiing left the next day, and that was it. And then that we was coming home. But this is Adam's first ever skiing trip as well, so I've got to take my hat off to him because he done well. Do you know what I mean? No. Basically just got him on a chairlift, took him up a mountain, and then just basically said, now we go down the mountain on these things you call skis. And so by now I think this is like the fourth day of skiing. So Adam's getting better, and like me and Tiber are remembering how to ski, because we weren't like, we didn't go on loads of regular trips, but we went on I went on about 3 skiing trips with school, and that started the fever. Tiber was on the first one of those trips with me, and yeah, there's some stories there as well. But so anyway, this day, like, so as I'm saying, it's like the 4th day skiing. Everybody's a bit better than they was on the first day, so we decided that we would go up this mountain, and like we just jumped on a chairlift. We didn't have like maps of the place or anything, so we didn't know what runs were where. We was just going up chairlifts and then doing our best to get to the bottom of the hill. That was basically it. So anyway, we went up, right, and we got off the chairlift, and we realised that we shouldn't have really have gone up there, because there was just 2 black runs, and that was it to a certain point, and then from certain points you can like veer off into red and blue runs or whatever. So we're there. We've got off the chairlift. We're getting our gloves on and glasses, hats, ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, and then so we basically skied down a black run, and Adam was coming off his skis, and that was, well, to tell you the truth, so was I. So it weren't no badness on Adam, you know what I mean? We was all decking, and do you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know how it happened, but me and Adam got to the bottom of the hill first, and because Type is, if not as good as me, he's better, you know what I mean? So we've got to the bottom of this black run anyway, and at the bottom there's like obviously like some restaurants and whatever, you know what I mean? So we're at the bottom, me and Adam just chatting or whatever, waiting for Type to come down. Didn't know what he was doing or whatever. Anyway, we spotted him, like, so he's up a bit further up the hill or whatever, and he's coming down, and he's going quite fast actually. And then we realised that this lady, I don't know whether a friend was coming down the hill at some point as well, but she was standing in the middle of a black run with a camera in her hand. And that's not a good idea, because skiers coming down a black run are usually going pretty quickly, and it's quite a hazard, if you like. Anyway, so Type's coming down, and he is picking up getting some speed, and then I've noticed that Tyeb's noticed that this woman is practically in his path of where he's going, you know what I mean? And he was just like, I don't know what was going through his mind, but he must have been like, oh my God, what is she doing? So he's just veered to the right to get round her, but basically right of her was off-piste, and then there was like this decked area of a restaurant at the side of the ski slope, like with a fence around it, yeah. And Tyeb's just going well fast, bombed it down, veered to the right, missed the woman, gone across this little bit of off-pisteness, and then boom, he's hit the fence from the restaurant. The fence is just torn down on the floor, you know what I mean? Just like, Tyeb! And anyway, Tyeb was then skied across the decking, yeah? There's loads of people sitting there eating their lunch. Tyeb was just skied across the decking, just like, bow wow. And then when he's got to the other end of the decking, there's obviously the fence was going all around the outside. So he's hit this fence again, and boom, that part of the fence has just collapsed. He's gone back onto the off-piste, and if he could have just skied back onto the slope, yeah, and carried on skiing, it would have been like one of the most funniest, amazing things ever. But oh no, he's gone through this fence, he's gone onto the bit of off-piste, and then boom, straight in front of him is the biggest tree I've ever seen in my life. I am not even joking. This tree was absolutely out of Lord of the Rings. I swear to God, there was hobbits in the branches. I'm not even lying. Anyway, Tyeb has gone crack, and he's just gone straight into the tree, and he is like wrapped around this tree, like bear hugging it. Anyway, me and Adam have like run over as best we could in our ski boots, like a pair of nutters, to see if he's all right. Like, and when we got there, he was like still wrapped around the tree, and it was like the most comical thing, because you just see Ty slide down the tree and then fall off the tree onto the like snow, and he's clutching his leg, like he looked like he was in quite a lot of pain actually, like, oh, don't. And we're just like looking down at him like, Ty, you all right, mate? Are you all right? And he just like looked at us and he's like, I am not doing no more skiing the rest of this holiday. And we was like, oh, right, mate, are you okay? And he's just laying there like clutching his leg, like the pain in his face was just, you could just see it vibrating. It was coming off him like nothing, I swear to God. And he was just like, and then he was like proper screwing at this woman who was still standing in the same place, like taking photos or whatever, filming things. And I swear, if he could have got up, he probably would have gone over to her and thrown her down a back run, you know what I mean? But yeah, he was laying there like, and we just like basically helped him up, like got all our stuff, like, and luckily enough we was at the bottom, like, and we just sort of like got him over to this other like bar restaurant-y sort of place, like, and sat him on a chair outside, like got him a beer or whatever, and then just sat there with him, and he was like, oh my God. Well, anyway, that was a short one, and that was one of the funny tales that's going to come out of this ski trip holiday. Nice. Now, thanks for listening, and that. Like, subscribe, smash bells, and I'll see you in the next one. Nice one.
CHAP tales. Don't you wanna hear some CHAP tales?